I would like to first tell you all what started me on my journey to eating healthy food. In November of 2009, I became very ill with a virus. I was taken to the hospital. I was in intensive care. I was in a wheelchair on oxygen. And I was told if my heart continued to get worse, I was going to need a heart transplant. My mother flew out to LA and talked to the doctors. They first took me around the floor to make sure that I could make it without oxygen. After that, they told me if I flew to Atlanta, I would be flying at my own risk because they could not guarantee I could make the flight. After getting to Atlanta, my mother took me to her doctors, and at that time, they told me my heart was working less than 15%. I was still in a wheelchair, and when I went home, I kept thinking, what happened to me? What happened to me? You know, so once I was able to walk 3 feet, I got up and got on the computer and started doing research. And I kept coming across more and more about nutrition and how it affects your body. And I came across this book by a lady named Beverly Yates. And in her book, she talked about how our food can help heal your body and why we were catching diseases and why my heart was getting weak, because I thought the book spoke directly to me about the lack of nutrition. As I got much better, I went to the library, picked up her book, and read the entire book myself and contacted her. And she told me, she said, you have to change the way you eat. Upon returning to Detroit, we formed the Block Club, and we decided to have a community garden. I was thinking all along that I see people that has diabetes, there's people that are overweight, and I knew from my experience what would happen if they didn't start eating right. Being a member of both the Jewish and Black community, I found this as a way to reach out outside my boundaries and bring two communities together on one project of us being healthy, eating healthy, and bridging the gap between the communities. As far as Detroiters learn to reach outside their community and suburbans learn to do the same, I found this a way that we can bring both communities to get together. Our Block Club Community Garden initiative is for the youth and adults to come together as one in building a garden where the youth will learn how to eat right, cook meals, and learn gardening and be healthy at the same time. Also, they will get a chance to talk to people outside our community that will come into the community and learn where they can learn from each other from the Jewish perspective and from the Black perspective.
So I'm going to speak a little more to the Jewish perspective of how we want to get people involved in this work. We see all volunteerism, all connecting people over work as an opportunity to build relationships. And we think the relationships are the most important part when we're talking about this city. We see a region divided and people who've grown up really separate from one another. And a lot of what the Downtown Synagogue believes in is trying to be a point of entry for the Jewish community to build relationships with the city of Detroit, with Detroiters. And we know that we're not all getting the full picture of who we are and what our histories are, what our stories are, and what we believe in as our future. So we see gardening as a really powerful tool because not only does it build people's capacity to change their spaces, to change their environments, to realize their own power to create change in their own neighborhoods, but we're also doing it together, and it's small scale, and it's something that we can really achieve. We can see results, and we can feel the power of growing things. And so we do weekly volunteer nights, and a lot of what we're trying to do on Thursdays from 5 to 8 p.m. is hang out in the garden. We sing songs, we always sing songs, and we eat food together, and we talk while we work. And it's It's been really powerful. We're in our second season right now, and I feel blessed to be doing this work. And I know that the Downtown Synagogue feels blessed to be a partner with the Eden Gardens Block Club, and I'm just so excited that this journey is growing and changing, and we look forward to seeing the people who are engaged in this project grow and change, and we're also really proud that we're starting small. I think that that's like one of our greatest strengths.
Also, last year when we started our project, we would have monthly work days where both communities would come together and work in the garden. And as the winter came, we would have once a month meeting alternating between Eden Garden Block Club and the Downtown Synagogue, where we would call it building a bridge over dinner. Together we would talk about gardening, and we would get to know each other and talk about our differences and what we had that was similar. The same thing we expect to happen this summer when we bring the youth from the Jewish community and the blacks together. They will be building a bridge over a garden, getting to know each other, to know the differences and what they have to get rid of all the ideas that they have about each other that may not be true. And they will get to know each other and grow as we can grow as a community. And all this will be done over food, over a garden, putting our hands into the dirt and getting to know the earth and learn each other.